Good morning, friends. Welcome to your channel, Stock Doctor RR. So let's go ahead and see what our index are saying for this week. So let's go to cnbc.com. Let's go into pre-market. Pre-market says Dow Jones is up by 0.6%, S&P by 0.5%, Nasdaq by 0.3%. Now let's go and see what our charts are saying for this week. So last week we said Dow Jones looks good once it starts trading and sustaining above 34,220. But if you see last week, Dow Jones didn't trade and sustain above the given levels. This was the Monday's candle here. So it made a high of 34,148, where we mentioned that 34,220, it should trade and sustain above that, but it didn't. So currently, to me, Dow Jones looks in the sideways to downtrend. Why? Because if you see, there was a first rally from here, then there was a consolidation, then a breakout, then a consolidation for 4 days, then breakout, consolidation for 3 days, then breakout, then a consolidation, then breakout, and now consolidation. So looks like Dow Jones is a bit exhausted. It, as we mentioned here, support is at 33650, so it respected that support here. If you see, it made a low of 33754 and then bounced from there again. So right now it looks like Dow Jones is in a sideways trend, and it really needs this breakout above 34,220 to give a upside from here. So 34,220 will be a breakout point for the Dow Jones. And downside, it has support of 33,700 here. And if it breaks that, then 33,500, and then it can go towards 33,200 also. Let's go and see what Nasdaq is saying. For the Nasdaq, it clearly looks like, as we mentioned, it has hurdle at 14,170, 14,200. It should cross and sustain above this level. But if you see, it opened high, right? In the last five candles, it on Thursday it opened at 14,211, but it didn't sustain there. Just it opened with a gap up and then it started going down. So for the Nasdaq also, unless and until it doesn't start closing or trading above 14,200 for at least half an hour, until that I won't be buyer in Nasdaq. And Nasdaq, for Nasdaq at this point of time, I can see the last Friday's candle is a gravestone doji, right? So it's kind of bearish candle. So high probability that Nasdaq can go towards its initial support of 13,600. If we see the hourly chart for the Nasdaq, then the first support is coming around 13,850, almost 100 points. So we need to watch the level of either 14,222 break, or it can go, it should break that level to go upside. Otherwise, it has to come towards 13,600 to take its support, and then it should decide from there where it should decide from there that whether it should go up from here like this, or it should break down from here and go down from here. The next index we have is US 500, S&P 500. It is clearly trading in this, we can say, in this channel. So currently it's at the channel top. So So I mean, it is at its all-time high, and I think it should, if it close above 4,220, then there is a breakout above this level. Otherwise, it will come into this channel like this again. So we really need to wait to see if it breaks 4,220, and then it can show a major up move. Let's go ahead and see what gold is saying. So gold here. So for gold, 1785 is a kind of resistance. If it breaks that resistance, then definitely the next move will be 1790 and then 1798. If it breaks 1774, then the next support is at 1763. So the clear level to watch is 1784 to 85. If it breaks above that, then it can go towards 1790 to 1798. If it breaks up below 1774, then it has high probability to go towards 1763. So this is all about all the indexes, the major index which we saw. And now let's go ahead and see some of the stocks which you guys recommended on the Discord to analyze. So for the shop, I can see here a very interesting pattern. Okay, so if you see when all the yellow RSI in yellow and the major upswings on the uh, yellow highlighter. Okay, so if you see here, uh, the uptrend was followed by a big red candle, and it creates bearish engulfing pattern, and their RSI was also high. Then it corrected here, right? Now here also, if you see, the RSI is kindly, it's not that high, but RSI was up. It created the bearish engulfing pattern, and then stock went down. Same here. Here also the same bearish engulfing pattern. RSI was high, stock went down. Now I can see the same pattern here. Bearish engulfing pattern. RSI is not that high, but it was up and then it went down like this one. And now the stock is trying to go down. So I can see that high probability that this stock is going to touch 1100 as its first support. And from there, it will decide whether it has to go more down like 1016, or it needs to take a U-turn and then again go into the upside of the channel. So currently uh, it has support, uh, horizontal support at 1100, and the trend line support is around 1080. So for Shopify, I can see the target of 1100 to 1080. That is a downtrend target, right? And to go up from, if for this stock to go upside, it needs to cross the level of almost 1300. uh, so we should make a fresh position only if it starts trading above 1300. If somebody wants to sell this stock, it is a good level to sell, and one can bite back around 1100 or $1080. So the next stock we have is ETSY. So ETSY currently trading in this channel right here. So the stock is in middle of the channel. It really needs to trade to go upside, it needs to trade above 200 and you can say 220 first, and then it has a good breakout above 225. So I can say the safe bet would be it once it breaks above 225, then we can think of initiating a long position in this stock. It has support around 190 levels here. So high probability that it can go and touch the support here, and then it can decide whether it needs to go up or it needs to go down more from here. So the next stock is NIO. So for NIO, few days back, we discussed that, we gave a buy level by around 36.5, and we were playing for the target of 40.40 and 42.20. So it hit our first target of 40. I think both target it completed 40.40 and 42.40. You can see here, and now it again came down towards its trend line support, right? And it had the earning, which says that it gave a surprise earning of minus 0.38. So right now it is at its trend line support as well as horizontal support, which lies around uh, 34 to 36 range. But right now, I don't see any good pattern here where I can initiate a long here. But yes, it has the support around 34 levels. So let's talk about DKNG. So a few days back, I mentioned that DKNG is trading at its horizontal as well as trend line support. You can see here. So um, it has a very good support around 40, 55 levels, and one can play for the target of 64, 67, and 71. It tried to reclaim till 62 levels, but it didn't reach towards our first target of 64. So currently it is just near to our buy level. So right now I am not seeing any kind of uh, good pattern where it says that it should go up, but yes, it is at its support. So if somebody is already holding this stock, then uh, he can hold with the support of 55 on the closing basis. But I am not. I would not recommend any new buy position in this stock. The next stock is SOXL. For SOXL, you can see here currently SOXL has this channel and it is trading in mid of the channel where it has support around 33 to 35 levels. This is its support zone, which is around 33 to 35 levels, and the stock has the resistance at the first resistance is at 39 levels, and the next resistance is around 45 levels. So at this point of time, looking at these candles, uh, the stock might come towards its support and then it might reclaim from there for the upside. Or if stock starts trading above $39, then it can try towards 42.5 and $45. So at this point of time, looking at these patterns, there is no recommendation on SOXL from my side. So the next stock is Jivo. Now it has a long-term support near, you can say, this trend line. So it needs a good breakout on this above this resistance level to initiate a buy. Now it has high probability to come toward its support which lies around $6, and from there, if it gives a breakout candle like this, then we will think of buying this stock. Otherwise, we need to see how it acts at its support, and it has horizontal support as well on the same levels. So 5.60 is the horizontal support, and the $6 is a trend line support. The next stock is LI. So LI is also currently LI. It looks good. I mean, this stock one can keep in his watch list because the stock fell down from 45 levels, and currently it is at its long-term horizontal as well as trend line support. Now we need a good candle here where it can make, break this trend line like this, and with a good volume. And RSI is also oversold here. If it creates such kind of scenario, then definitely we will be buyer here, but we need to watch for a breakout. The next stock we have here is XPave. XPave is trading in this range. Currently, XPave is near its horizontal as well as trend line support. So it looks like, just a moment, it looks like so it looks like 29 to $30 is its trend line as well as horizontal support. If it sustains at there and uh, some buying comes there and it gives a breakout, right? Then high probability that it can go towards 33.5, and then 37 and then 39. But we really need a good candle to break out, right? So next stock we have is Jamia. So few days back, I gave Jamia for buying, but it didn't work out, and it had hit our stop loss of $31, and then it went till 27.5, and then it retraced from there, and it went towards $33. But now again, it is below, trading near $30. So I am not seeing any good pattern in this stock at this point of time. I mean, it really, if somebody wants to buy this stock, it should start trading above, you can say 33.5. Then it can go towards, $40 and then $47. But at this point of time, I will not recommend any buy here. Let it start trading and closing above 33.5, and then we can revisit the stock. The next stock we have is Tesla, our favorite stock. So for Tesla, I can see here it has created a bullish engulfing pattern, right? It was a downtrend followed by a bullish engulfing pattern. The volume was good on Friday, and the RSI is also near 45-50 zone. Now I can say that this stock can go towards first target of 425, the next target at 445, and the final target of 778. So I can see some strength in this stock, and definitely it should go the first target of here 725, and it sustains above that, then it can go towards 745, and the last target would be 778. So, and the stock has the support. at this big green candle's low is its support, and which comes around, I would say 666 is its support, which is at closing basis. So let's go and see the next stock, which is Roku. So Roku has, this is a long-term trend line support and the horizontal support as well here. So Roku has a good support placed around 320-22 levels. And it looks like Roku can come towards this support. And from this support, it would decide whether it has to go down from here or it needs to go up from there. So right now, Roku is not in buying range for me. I would be buyer if it take this support here and it creates a good price action around 320. Else, if it breaks this trend line resistance, then we might think about buying this stock. So at this point of time, I won't touch this stock. The next stock is SO, Southern Company. Let's see what it says. So looks like this stock is trying to give a breakout. So here if you see, the stock has horizontal resistance at 67.5. So this level we need to really watch. If it trades below it, if it trades above 66.5 to 75, 66.5 to 67.5, then we should think of buying this stock. But at this point of time, it is trying to claim this resistance. So guys, remember one thing. If stock is going towards the resistance or going towards the support, then we should wait on the sidelines instead of jumping into the stock. Let it come toward its resistance or support, and then we see what price action is saying, whether they want to break their resistance or support. If yes, then we should jump in that trend. The next stock we have here is PayPal. So for the PayPal, let's go and see what it says. A few days back, we said that PayPal created its top here and then it went down from here exactly as what we analyzed, right? It came back to the 259 level and it took that support and again it went toward its first resistance of 275, you can see here. And now again, it is trying to come toward its support. Now, keep in mind that on 6th May, PayPal has its earning. So as it is going into ER, observe, you will observe a lot of volatility here. So 259, if it respect this 259 level and it's start going up from there, then again it will trying to go toward the first resistance of 274. If it breaks 259 and sustains below it, then it can go towards 254. But high probability that this stock can go towards its resistance of 274 as it has its earning and the PayPal might give good numbers. The next stock is SE. So SE is also in no trade zone currently. It can go towards its first support of 239 and it has the first resistance as at 260. So we need to wait which side it is going and then we need to decide. The next stock is Datadog. For Datadog, For Datadog, I can see here that it has its earning on 7th of May. So the stock has its support at 74 and the resistance at 93 levels. So if the stock trade above 93 levels, then first target is at 96, and then it can go towards the next target of 102. So right now this price action is not saying anything, but to me it looks like it can go towards its trend lines support, and if it trade below that, then it can go towards the horizontal support of 74, and then it might take a u-turn from there as it is going into earning. And the next last stock we have is RBLX. So for RBLX, we can see here, this is hourly chart. Okay, so it has a support around $73, the first support, and the second support it at 72.3, and the resistance it has is at, the first resistance is at 77 and second resistance is at 79. So this is all about the stocks for today. uh, if you guys like this video, please make sure you like it, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And let's meet on next week. Thank you.